jig is done for that lower A arm.
For what?
For the Ford F150. What year models? I don't know. Whatever year models they fit.
You gotta figure that out on your own.
All right.
Alright guys, what we have here is a 2019 Ford F150 4x4. This is a bad motherfucker. This thing probably gonna weigh every bit of 5,000 pounds by the time we're all said and done. It is a 25.3, well 2 if we meet the weight limit. 25.2 certification, but it will have titanium floors, titanium firewall. It's got billet 4-link, titanium arms in the back. Carbon brakes all the way around. It is a bad bitch. Check it out. Hope you enjoy. Continuing on the F150 as well. Bottoms are already tied in. We got everything coming for the lower control arms as far as ball joints, inner heims, tube nuts, and all of that good stuff. Right now, Ryan's going to be fabricating the upper mount for the upper control arm. So one of the requests we had was that he wanted to maintain factory suspension geometry for the front end. These Ford's front end geometry works really well from the factory, and we don't want to change that. So we tied in everything. We're tying it right back in where it was in the factory position. We're gonna have the same adjustability that it had when it was factory, and we shouldn't have any issues there. Just, you know, probably be maybe if we're lucky 30 pounds lighter than the full factory truck. So we'll see how that goes. He's gonna be tying in these here. He's got to make some other plates. We made some and we didn't like the layout. We didn't feel like it was gonna be strong enough, so we ditched them, and he's making new ones to let us grab a little bit more of the tube, so when we plate this in, we have plenty of meat on this tube that the control arm is tied to. The other ones just we felt like they weren't gonna be sufficient enough. And we were probably overthinking it, yes, but we just didn't want to have no bullshit. So we just want to do it right, make sure everything comes out good and plenty strong. So stay tuned. This one is getting close. After the front end is done, we get the rear end and stuff back together in it, put the cab back on it, put the bed back on it, and shit, we're pretty damn near ready to cut this thing off the jig. So you can see he kind of has the upper shock mount mocked up in place there. I need to come in, weld everything out. He's waiting on me to get this stuff tacked up, welded out. So the upper shock mount ties in here. The lower one's gonna tie in on the control arm. The new one, he's gonna do the same thing on this side, of course, because they're gonna be both identical. So we're true center and square. And that's it. Once we get that tied in and welded up on the front end, we can cut the control arms loose, change them out, put the chromoly ones in, and get ready to set this bitch on the ground. Yeah, it has been a long time coming. All right, so Paul has the carbon overlay inside the Ford. So he cut all the panels, and I know it's hard to see because of the lighting, and then the carbon just creates a bunch of shadows, but this thing looks fucking slick. Again, this is another one of those pieces that's never been done before. We're just kind of figuring it out as we go. We are going to epoxy the carbon fiber to the body, to the cab, because there's no way to rivet it, bolt it, strap it, or do anything like that. So we're gonna have to glue it all in place with some panel bond. Once we put it on, this shit ain't coming off. Period. Period. It ain't coming off. So we gotta make sure, again, it's right, make sure all the gaps look good. There's a couple of places here that we gotta do a little filler in, but we need to get the cab back on just to double check so we can make sure, see where the main hoop lands right around here. Plus you still gotta have access to those lights. So we just wanna make sure we don't too block ourselves on the next step of putting this whole deal together. So carbon fiber headliner. Them Ford guys ain't fucking around. Carbon fiber headliner. What is up, guys? We are back in the shop today making progress on the Ford F150. This thing has come a long way. It may not look like it, but it has. We got all the front differential mounting points done. That'd be hard to see. So this is kind of mimics the factory setup where you got 3 mounting points for the diff. It will have 1 brace coming across the front here, but we can't put that in until we finalize steering placement and everything. We're not doing that till we can cycle the control arms up and down to make sure bump steer's right on it. So we've got the shock mounting points on. Stout upper control arm mounting points. You see they got a little rake to them. That is factory geometry. One of the main things they wanted to do was maintain the factory geometry with all of this stuff, so we make sure that this is exactly where Ford Motor Company put the control arms. Ours is just a little nicer. So now the goal is we're gonna get the front suspension assembled, put the front diff in, lower control arms, upper control arms, put the shocks in, set the cab on, get it secure. Then we move to the back, to the 4-link. Get the billet 4-link in, assemble the rear end, and we should be ready to cut this thing off the jig. We're making progress every day. That's a good thing. So another cool thing is we got the jig done. Paul did, not we. I just supported him, you know, mentally. He got the jig done for our lower control arm kits that we're going to be offering for these Ford 4x4s. This one is a 2019 model, so I'd have to get with Manuel and see what year model those fit. And, you know, once they're ready, we'll be rolling those out. That's going to be pretty nice. They're going to be all chrome moly rod ends, chrome moly tubing, the nice heavy duty ball joints, nice coilover mount or style mount, or Viking style mount. They'll fit both styles. The difference is the Viking shock is 1.25 inches wide versus like a standard coilover, like a Santa or an AFCO or something like that. You're 1 inch wide on the mounting point. So there'll be some spacers that are included in the kits. So whichever shock you have, you just use that. If you don't use the other spacers, well, just disregard. But here's our jig. For the driver, ball joint lands here, control arm molds here. This is for the coilover shock. So right where this is where the coilover, the bottom shock mount is. So that's going to be a pretty slick deal that we're going to be offering. We got to fine tune a bunch of stuff. We ordered some ball joints. We got, you know, a few different options that we're using. This was the original one we ordered, and it's not going to work. So we got these bad boys, the heavy duty ones. We got to make the flange, make the receiver flange for that. So we got to fine tune the process like anything else. But once we do, we are going to be offering them. Price wise, I don't even know yet. So we'll work on that also, but stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button. Almost looks like a truck again. Got the carbon fiber ceiling. Can't see because it's still got the plastic on it, but it looks dope as fuck. See a little bit over there. We got the other piece here we did not install. I asked Paul not to install it so I can weld the other part of the door bar. Being that we are, you know, husky size, we need all the room we can getting in and out of that son of a gun to put the floor in it. So I asked him to leave it off. He'll glue it on after the fact, and it's gonna look just as nice as the rest of them. So, very special day today. Not really a special day, another day. I'm gonna be putting together the billet 4-link brackets from Hammer Fab for the F150. So they have a lot more adjustability, and let's just be honest, the whole reason we got them was because they're billet. My guy's a little bougie. It's all right, let him be bougie, whatever he wants. But we're gonna be putting that together today. I don't know if we'll get it all slapped in on the chassis, but I do want to get the brackets assembled and everything so we can start laying that out. We're waiting on some angle material so we can finish securing the cab. Once the cab is secure, that's it. We start securing the bed. And then the rear end stuff, we gotta assemble the rear end and put the 4-link in. Wishbone's already in, mount the anti-roll, and then this thing will be ready to cut off the jig. So it's been a long process, a lot of tedious work in these last few weeks of getting it cut off the jig. There's a lot of dimensional tolerances that you have to keep, and the last thing you want to do is rush through it and mess one of these up, because this is going to make or break the whole build here. So
back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, I love them dark skin, brown skin, caramel. You know I had to bring it to the hood like she Karen Civil when she keep on turning head. Cause when she walk that thing jiggle, jiggle. And we going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my bag flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this is my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy. At the Millies, I don't club hers. Give the word if it's a cinch, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road running, keep my motor going. Hey, hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They be coming around you with some plans to steal your moment. Soon as I she be like, baby, where you going? Never slowing down, it's enough to go around. Yeah, you probably knew it's then, but really you don't know it's now. Blood is show and tell, but all my know me well. It was either chase a dream or go to jail, but none of us ain't going back to back on them like we Huey and we Riley. This that back in my back flow, we back again so highly. This that back in my back flow, we back to change the climate. This that back in my back flow, we bring the force like Tommy. Back in my back flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow, back in my bag flow. Back in my, yeah, back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, yeah, I'm back in my bag, yeah. I'm back in my, this my, back in my bag flow. Back again, yeah, we keep on stacking it, what's happening? Everything in Gucci got me feeling like I'm dapper then. Life has been a movie, yeah, so shout out to the cameraman. Pull up to the scene, it's going down like an avalanche. Steady going up like a travel plan. Homer Simpson face, lucky power plant. Yeah, I'm off that dope, like I'm back again to Vizzy. At the Millies, I don't club hers. Give the word if it's a cinch, Lord forgive me. Still having motion, dog, so why would I slow it? Make it rain on them, bust a band, then you throw it. We was steady having it, even at our lowest. High speed road running, keep my motor going. Hey, hey, people feel away, but they don't show it. Gotta watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They become, watch the people that's around you, that you grow it. They become around you, that's a place to drink.
Final stages, getting it pulled out. Plan is in the morning, cut it off the jig. Big day tomorrow for the F-150. Alright guys, welcome back to Straight Line Performance 361. Today is the day. We've been busting our ass for the last 4 weeks probably, trying to get this thing ready to get cut off the jig, and we are there. We got 1, 2, 4 more little gussets to put in, and then we're gonna start the process of cutting this thing off the jig. Setting it on all 4s for the first time since the straight line performance makeover. We still have a lot of small little details to do, but getting this thing off the jig is a huge step for us. Just gets us that much closer. After that, we got some little things to do in the back. Then we start tin work, or carbon / titanium. We're calling it tin work. So get this thing sealed up, and then shit, that's it. Ready to go.
Shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this bitch like, hey, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey, bitch, I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. All on tour, got bitches screaming. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though, please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God, walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Nigga, don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging niggas, dodging all that fake shit. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid, bitch. All the niggas know me from the street. Niggas acting for a feature, that's like every other week. Niggas talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these niggas watching me as I walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God, walking this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. On God, walk up in this bitch like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, bitch, I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this bitch like, hey, yeah, I'm really him.